guys, welcome back to Elley Knows Rocks. Today I am exploring this old mine. This adit slash angled stope behind me is part of a mine in a metamorphic schist rock. And it's very, very unconsolidated. It's very slaty and falls apart extremely easily because it is low grade, which means low heat, low pressure. Anyways, we're gonna check this out today. We're gonna investigate all of the little workings around it, the trails, how to get here, where we're at, the little canyon, and all of the above. Thank you guys so much for watching me.
In order to get here, I followed the wash until I couldn't drive anymore, and it was only on foot from there. The terrain was pretty bumpy and a little bit soggy still, because believe it or not, sometimes it rains in Arizona. But you can't beat the views. I think old-time miners just found mines with really beautiful views, just for the hell of it. This is a long hike today, guys, so let's strap in and get going. Also, never forget your sunglasses. We do live in the desert. We are looking down at what looks to be the staging area of the mine. There are piles of dirt, which look like they were part of a leach pad, and then panning over looking at the mine that we're going to try to get to, where they would have been pulling the material out of. This is awesome. This is an old core shed. You can see core on the ground. They would have drilled this out to test it. Look at those veins. And then they put it in catalog drawers. All of those, each individual drawer, they would have had right here and been able to pull out to look at the core. Oh. Some of them are in really great shape. Wow. You won't be able to move them. It's all collapsed on top of each other, but wow. That's really cool. Oh wow, look at this one. Sometimes when you get into core, you were able to see the different structures, the different crystals. And usually there's somewhere there's written on them, or there's little blocks of wood that say the number of like the footage of where they're at. But you can see how this one used to be standing straight and just collapsed. Wow. That is a really, really beautiful sight. I always find the old fuel tanks and storage areas interesting. And this one in particular is just oddly shaped. This looks pretty cool, but I have no idea what it would be. There's a pretty cool lining right here. And it goes over there, and if you go this way, you can see that there are these little mounds like you saw in the drone video. Each one piled up. So if this was a gold mine, which I believe it was, they would have been using cyanide to extract the gold. And they would have had drainage points, probably with piping, like that black stuff over there, to put it somewhere. Usually gravity fed into a tank, and then be able to extract the gold. I'm climbing down the side of the hill because I totally think that there's an adit down here based on some timbers up above, so I'm just checking it out. This is definitely a built-up pad that's surrounding it, definitely indicating there was something here. But walking over this direction, it looks like whatever was here is definitely collapsed, unfortunately. The only thing that remains are some of the timbers. But I like the old timbers. I find them really cool. Sometimes it's amazing how long they survive in the weather. And the rock is ridiculously pegmatitic. Giant quartz crystals, giant feldspars, huge micas. It looks like the timbers in front of us were going out to an ore chute. Again, just another indicator there was something big up here. This extremely shiny rock is a schist. It's a low-grade metamorphic rock. Low-grade meaning low temperature, low pressure. Here's some more of the pegmatitic rock. Big feldspars, big quartz, some mica books in it. A batholith type material. Beautiful iron banding, a good indicator of gold. And massive pieces of quartz. So originally, horrific little teeny tiny trail, if you can see it. And after flying the drone over it, it's just not feasible. It would have been so extremely scary. It kind of seems like they had a bridge to gap this area at one point in time. So, trying to already attempt minor death by going to this little area. We'll see. But at least the hike is pretty. I just want to get up there without dying or breaking any of my limbs. As you can see, most of the landscaping looked pretty sketchy and steep. Trying to navigate where I was going to go and how I was going to get to that adit was a little bit more difficult than I thought from the stream bed. As soon as I made my way to the bottom, where the ore chute was, my path became a lot clearer. There were definite switchbacks of an old remnant road. Let's just look at those rocks. Some of them look really sketchy. Nevertheless, my path was a lot more clear, and to say the least, I was quite impressed with the workings here, and that ore chute was in quite good condition, especially with all the surrounding rock slides and degradation. But that's my path. There's more rails over there. This is great. This turned into a switchback. I thought we were going to have to go really steep up the hill. Go up there, but let's check out this edge first. This was the original way. Oh, I was going to walk around. Am I doing up there? Those are all the stacked rocks. And that little road cut all the way here, which might have come all the way up and around. We'll find out. Super sketchy, but really cool. Whoa! That's fantastic! Big quartz banding, biotite, regular muscovite, beautiful metamorphic rocks. Those are absolutely outstanding. So in that area, it doesn't look like it's any kind of skarn. Just looks like this is gorgeous metamorphic rock. Again, most likely they're looking for gold because you got your big pegmatic rocks too, like this guy. So you got your pegmatite, bunch of mica, and then you have your schist on top of it. Wow. Ooh, that's pretty. There's a little bit of manganese in there, making it kind of pink. That's pretty neat. A little bit of iron in there too, giving it that red color. Oh, and then you have these big old books of mica.
in this great pegmatic crystals. Huge walls of schist. Whoa! Holy crap, that is so neat. Wow. That's pretty awesome.
This is a schist and pegmatite rock contact.
Ooh. Whoa. We've got massive tracks over here. Like 2 or 3 sets of tracks are right here. And this is where it gets a little sketchy. But look at the rock, Dan. Look at that right there. The big pink feldspars in it. Huge feldspars. Big old books of mica. They're just pegmatic rocks, so it's just awesome. Hand-sized samples if we weren't already carrying a bunch of weight.
At this moment, I'm trying to figure out how I would like to bridge the gap to get over to this adit. While being distracted by the rocks at the same time, I'm trying to figure out whether I go high or low.
Those are just sheer slippery. I want to go down here, honestly.
So I decide to make my way down the hill and use the tracks as a little bit of leverage to help me across the gap. I did speed this up a little bit. Some of the rock fall kind of freaked me out at first, but I quickly got over it. I just needed to make sure that the tracks were solid enough that I could use them as a brace to get across this gap. For me, this was a little bit exciting. But I was definitely as cautious as I could be with the rocks trying to fall out from underneath of my feet, of course. I think this was a better alternative than walking on the schist that was higher above me. Schist is made out of mica. Mica is a phyllosilicate, meaning platy or forms in sheets. This gives it a particular form of slipperiness when those minerals are put on top of each other. So you get a rock made out of those minerals, makes it extremely slippery to walk on. After closing the gap, I was quite proud of myself for not plummeting to my death.
This is awesome. Oh, I hope it's still open. If not, it's gonna kind of suck. Oh, this was a little secondary fall right here. Bunch of sheer rock, and this schist is not competent. It's a very low-grade metamorphic rock, not well consolidated. Ooh. This is really exciting though. That's quite the ravine. Old trees. Not more fallen rock. Oh wow. Here we go. Ooh. Super sketchy. Oh, there's a warning. Dangerous conditions do not enter. Oh wow. So this is like a stope right here. Well, we're gonna find out what's inside. Look at this. So this area, all the way this direction and over here is slightly been caved in. Because like I said before, the schist, this metamorphic rock is not really competent. You can see how it kind of sloughs off in layers. So that's kind of sketchy when it's like holding up stuff. And that was a beam holding something up that fell apart. What is that? Look at this. So they have taken and timbered the crap out of this place. So let's just get a sense for it before we go in, because it smells fine. There are so many contacts though. Ugh. There's still oxygen. So we're in good shape. I don't think that it goes very far back in there though. I think that it stops. Ooh. Yeah, I believe it does. But they put up timbers. Oh, wow. Oh, we have to go find out where that goes because I am not crawling up that hole. Because that is way too sketchy up there. But that's definite daylight, which means maybe this was an alternate ore chute to take ore to the tracks. Let's see if there's anything on the wood. You always hope to find cool things. Look at that though. That's pretty amazing. Definitely a lot of pack rat droppings. There's a sign over there. I'm really curious what it says. Oh my gosh, there's another entrance up there. Again, this a little creepy. Fallen one's a little bit scary, so if you wonder why I whisper inside of these, that's why. Honestly, there's a lot of rust, a lot of really awesome geology in here, a lot of contacts, a lot of almost scarred material. Let's see what that sign says, 'cause I'm way too curious. Oh, wow. Another one that direction. What's this tin sign say? Old label. Oh, bummer, there's nothing on it. That's a bummer. It's too bad. You can smell the pack rats in here, but you can feel oxygen. And there's definitely something that goes that direction. We're gonna walk back out this way, go out the front entrance, and then see what we can find above us and go walk around.
Check out the view from the ore chute. I still can't tell you how exciting this is to find these things. And I had walked into this area from way over there up the wash. Now to keep going and venture up the hill and see what I find.
Wow. Okay, let's see what we find. Boy, it sure was cooler today. Definitely starts to heat up. Oh, wow. It's both. This is a shaft and an adit. Pretty far down. This would be that connecting shaft. And then an adit that goes out and probably all the way around to the other side where those other two offshoots were. This is a little sketchy. I'm looking for a tiny footpath, which looks like it's right up here. It's a little bit of a switchback. Oh. Sorry for the bumpy camera.
Look at that white quartz vein cutting the rock. Oh my gosh. Whew. This will be a good view. Oh, looks like part of that path goes up there, but we are gonna go this way. And hope for the best. Because now we are walking above that adit and shaft complex right down there. So, whew. Oh, I gotta say it's a little nerve-wracking sometimes, but I don't recommend you do this at home. You guys have seen my videos. I do this and sometimes put my own life in a little bit of a risk because I'm hiking around on really sketchy areas. But at the same time, I've been trained to do this. Ugh. I really hate giant cactus. So, look, I'm gonna creep through, and it's not gonna get me. It's not gonna get me. Old timbers. Oh wow. So, ooh, this was a nice little bit of like rock dump pile. Ooh. It is not well consolidated. You can see it just kind of pushes in, but there's another little, ooh, we're gonna go up there. A little switchback, because that goes straight down right there. You can see this kept going, and I think it kept going up and around, because they definitely built up rocks right there, built up rocks right there. There's a lot of brecciated rock, which means a lot of secondary alteration. Wood. Big crevices. You can tell this one over there. And around that way. Big pegmatites. Big crevices. Ooh. I don't know what's up there. Definitely looks like there's something right here though. Well, that's a little collapsed shaft right there. That's too bad. And then another one. Oh, there might be something up there though too. Let's check it out. Oh, might just be rocks that are falling down. Looks like that's it. And we stopped. Wow. Quite the pad for just stopping.
Looks like there's another one over there. Oh, wow. I can't believe the intricate road system they had out here. I mean, sure, it's all gone, but all this material here, boy, it had to come from something. That's crazy. Wow. And we were just over there. Came around that corner. And a long ways down. Whew. Sure is beautiful.
My trip back, however, was a lot more successful. Sometimes going the other direction, you see things you missed.
There's a little collapsed shaft at it right here. You can see the big crack in those rocks. And it only goes down just a little ways that I can see. But definitely goes down in there. I have found yet another adit. I believe all of these are to the same shaft. And you can see, hopefully you can see, this goes back in there quite a way. It's really hard to see. That's the area. And it just keeps going, man, oh man. But sometimes when you see a dump pile like this, you never know what's going to be on the other side. You kind of got to be careful going up to it and checking stuff out because it can be a vertical shaft. Now, lucky for me, I guess, this one isn't too terrible deep. Maybe 25, 30 feet deep. But still can be super sketchy. You got to be very careful.
I spotted this dump pile from across the hill and had to check it out. Since I was a little bit tired already, I decided to launch the drone so that I could get a better look. And from further observation, it looks like it wasn't very deep. But a cool discovery nonetheless.
Thank you guys so much for being part of my adventure. I absolutely love doing this. And remember, please do not do this on your own. If you are ever to go out and look for things that you're not sure about, take a professional with you like myself. Get advice. Don't just go crawling into areas. Remember, I've been trained to do this. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching.